How do you get rid of the noise of the drone in your videos when you're filming yourself? And what's the best budget microphone to use when you're starting out that doesn't break the bank? And why am I annoyed at this tiny microphone here? In this video, you're going to find answers to those questions, and I'm using the DJI Mini 5 Pro to demonstrate it right now. And later on in the video, I'll be showing you a new technique that I've discovered to sync up your screen recording audio with your drone video. So stick around for that. Now, just to say that the entirety of this video has been filmed with the audio coming through the Boya Magic microphone. Most of the time it's on its default factory settings. The only thing I've done in the edit to it is normalized a bit of the volume levels, because otherwise YouTube messes around with it and ruins it. One thing I'm often asked about in the comments of my videos is how do you get rid of the noise of the props on the drone when you're filming yourself? Well, there are various different methods. You can use expensive microphones that have got 32-bit float internal recording and noise cancellation on them, or you can use various different editing programs which will do the noise cancellation for you. But this can be a little bit expensive, and also the results aren't always great. The fantastic DJI Neo does have noise cancellation that works in the DJI Fly app, as does the other vlogging drone. To be honest, the sound is a little bit rubbish. I'm always wanting to improve my audio, and I try to do that with every video that I do. So when Boya reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to make a video about the Boya Magic microphone, I jumped at the chance. Now, what you're hearing at the moment is the audio with the AI noise cancelling on the Boya Magic microphone. And now if I switch it off by pressing this little button here, this is the audio that you would hear normally without the noise cancellation on. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm also going to press this button here, and that'll put noise cancellation back on. So why don't we head back into the studio, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it, and we'll also have a look at that new technique for syncing up your audio. See you in there. Yes, I'm trying to make it look like I've just got in from that shoot. The Boya Magic connects to your RC2 or your phone using this little USB-C dongle thingy here, which is the receiver. There's also a lightning connector available for your slightly older fruity devices. On your phone, use the memo function or the video, and the audio from the mics will transmit to it. And on the RC2 controller, plug the receiver in the bottom end and start a screen recording. Your audio will also be recorded along with that. And you can use that screen recording to sync the audio up in your editing package. We'll come on to that in a bit. This little microphone then connects wirelessly to the dongle and sends the audio to whatever device you're recording on. So you can use it with your phone or your laptop and obviously your RC2. To activate the AI noise cancellation, just press this button and it switches on. For best results, I found having the noise cancellation switched off at first, whilst the AI analyzes the ambient sound, and then switch the noise cancellation back on before you start recording. Now, in a room like this, which isn't particularly well sound treated, if you've got a lot of resonance, then it might be a good idea to switch on just very weak noise cancellation. But if you can get away with it, then leave the noise cancellation off. You can tell if the noise cancellation is on because this little light on the mic goes green, as does the corresponding light on the receiver. You can also switch the noise cancellation on using the button on the receiver itself. Using this fluffy wind cover here can also help when you're outside to remove some of that wind noise. No, not that sort of wind noise. But that's not all. This microphone comes with a charging case with this other little microphone inside. So you can use both microphones with one receiver to record two people. Now, one thing to remember on the RC2 is that it only does mono recording. But if you're using a mirrorless camera with the TRS adapter kit, then you can use two microphones, record to a stereo track, and have each microphone recording to each stereo track. You can tell I didn't write that. And still, that's not all. If you put both microphones into the case and press this button here, It acts like a handheld mic. You do need one of the smaller mics in here because that acts as the transmitter to the receiver. So now I'm just using this as a handheld mic. You can use a pop shield to control the plosives when you're talking, so plosives like that. P-p-p. And you can also use a fluffy windshield outside for when you're having problems with the wind. And there are lots of different colours of pop shield available. I'm quite partial to the red one. If you get the Boya Magic stand, you can then use this as a desk mic and pretend you're doing a podcast. Or you could actually do a podcast. This actually dismantles as well, so you can use it so that you can use it on the hot shoe of your mirrorless camera as a shotgun mic. Bit of B-roll here, please. Thank you. I just realised I recorded that and pointed the microphone away from me. The individual mics weigh just 7 grams and come with a magnet that you can use to attach them to your clothing. Or you can use the clip to attach it to your collar or your cap if you want to look weird. But if you've got a bit of clothing that just flops about a bit, then you can always get this lanyard here, which has got a big magnet on it, and have that underneath your shirt and attach the microphone to your clothing using that, and it's very, very secure. It's really tiny and barely noticeable when you're using it. Go on then.
That's what she said.
The individual mics have a 6-hour battery life, but with the charging case you can get up to 30 hours use out of them. The charging case has a reassuringly solid feel to it. It's surprisingly good quality, and the receiver magnetises to the bottom of it for when you're not using it. And the whole package can just slip into your pocket. In fact, it's not much bigger than a marker pen. You can use the Boya Central app to change various settings and update the firmware. So you can change how strong you want the noise cancellation to be. It also has a basic equalizer in it with presets for things like a low cut or for vocal enhancement to make things sound less bassy or flat. This is great if you're recording on your phone, or it can really reduce the amount of time you spend mastering your sound in the edit. You can choose whether you're going to record in mono or stereo. If you choose to use the safety track, that will just use one microphone, but what it will do is use both stereo tracks and record one track at a slightly lower volume, just in case you're clipping your audio with the normal track. Then if you find that you've clipped your audio with the normal track, you can swap it to the safety track. Yes, I have found that quite useful. Now, one thing that a lot of people get confused about, and as with most budget mics, neither the microphone or the receiver or the case record any audio. You have to have the receiver connected to your RC or phone or some other recording device. Now, I have to say that because I've spent far too much time explaining that to people on the internet. Before we get on to why I'm annoyed, let me quickly show you the new method I've found for syncing my screen recording with my drone video. Well, I'd say that I found it. It was actually from a comment that someone made on another video about audio a while ago. I couldn't find the comment, so thank you to whoever that was if you're watching. Now, this is available in the free version of Davinci Resolve, so it's not going to cost you anything. I've downloaded my screen recording from my RC2, and I've downloaded the video from the drone. We're going to jump into Davinci Resolve now and put these together. So here I've got my screen recording. I'm going to pull that into a timeline and put that on the first track. Get the video itself and just put it roughly down where I think it's going to be. Select the video track and go into the inspector. If you can't see these options here, then click on the inspector to reveal them and click on composite. And on this bit of video here, which is showing up here at the moment, we're going to drop the opacity down, and you can see there that because we've dropped the opacity, we can see the other bit of video underneath it as well. And I think that's quite well matched up, but not quite sure yet. This is the cool bit that I was told about. Let's put our opacity all the way back up and click on composite mode and select difference. Now what this does, it takes the two tracks and where the colours are exactly the same, it makes them black. So they're basically cancelling each other out. So if you've got a little bit of movement in your footage, then you can move this track around until everything's gone dark. One of the best ways to do this is to expand your timeline out a little bit. And then if we move the track around, you can see those sort of halos around there. And as we move it further, you can see there's a lot of difference there. So let's just move it back until everything goes dark. Now you will still see the UI from the RC2. Let's just stretch out a little bit more and we can get as accurate as possible and make sure we've got as much black as possible. So that looks like quite a good place. And then switch composite mode off. So we've got our normal video and let's hit play.
Noise cancellation on. So 2 meters. My name is Johnny Curtains.
So you can see there, that is all nicely synced up now. Just another way of doing it. It's especially useful if you've forgotten to do your clap to sync up as well. So why am I annoyed with this microphone? Let me explain. You get 2 wireless noise cancelling mics that can transform into a handheld mic, a desk mic and a shotgun mic, all in one small package. At the time of recording, the basic package that has just the charging case, 2 mics and the USB receiver is just 89 quid or $89.99. Or you can get the same package with the TRS receiver for your camera for $119.99. Pay another 10 on top of that and you get the lightning adapter thrown in as well. The desk stand is normally £30, but at the time of filming, that's on sale at 20. And don't forget that that also transforms into a hot shoe mount to go onto your camera. I don't know how Boya has done this for these prices. I've spent hundreds on audio equipment, but the audio I get from this mic is perfectly acceptable. In fact, my executive producer did tell me to just use it from now on, and because I'm a grumpy old sod, I might use my other stuff from time to time because I've paid for it, but I'm going to end up using this a lot. And that's why I'm annoyed. Either the rest of the audio industry has been overcharging us or Boya are making a loss, and I think it's very unlikely that it's the latter. Okay, I've calmed down. Now, is the Boya Magic right for you? It's a great, low-risk, convenient way to experiment with your audio for drone videos without spending hundreds on expensive audio equipment with features that you might never use. So yes, I would thoroughly recommend it, and I can already see you typing down there in the comments, Boya are sponsoring this video. Well, of course Amok's going to say they're great. I can honestly say that if they were available a couple of years ago when I first started out on YouTube, I would have seriously considered starting with these. I was kind of racking my brains as to what are the downsides with this microphone to provide something that's a bit balanced. The receiver, this magnet here isn't particularly strong. It could drop off and you could lose it and then you'd be screwed. Your dog might eat the microphones because they're so small. The microphones are very directional, so it is best to have them pointing right at your mouth hole. Actually, that's not a bad thing, because if they're directional, then they're going to be excluding a lot of the ambient sound around you. So, oh, the TRS adapter for mirrorless cameras. It's very good, but you can't charge it whilst you're using it. It makes a funny buzzing sound. Yeah, that's about it. Bit weak, really, isn't it? Thanks very much to Boya for sponsoring this video. You can find a link to their website below. Please do leave a like if you found this interesting, and consider subscribing if you want to see more stuff about drones and tech. If you really want to support the channel, then check out the join button below, where you can see more about channel memberships, or in the description below. Now, I actually put my money where my mouth is with this microphone, and I recorded this entire video here with it. And if you want to see more about drone audio in general, then have a look at this video here. Bye.